She's got 7. Timeout taken by Harris.
Pierre Governor basketball is also brought to you by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, First Dakota National Bank, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Kruger Contracting.
And Jacob Mayer goes off the glass, and the rebound slam for Jackson Edmond.
Pierre Governor basketball is also brought to you by Kathy's Sunshine Properties, Gales Gas, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Flirting Electric, and Graham Tire. And now to the booth for the call of today's game and KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to Riggs High School as we are set for the 2022-23 boys basketball season as Pierre Governors open up with the Stevens Raiders. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we get set for this season. A good crowd on hand here as we're closing in on game time. And Blake, as we get ready for the season, there's a lot of expectations, a lot of hopes for this team because they are a senior-heavy team that returns all but basically one guy from last year.
Yeah, John, this is an experienced group that comes back for the Pierre Governors to this season. Like you said, they really only lost one big name to graduation last year, and that was Matthew Hansen. But this is a very experienced team and a team that, quite honestly, probably should have made the state tournament last year with how they played in their SODAC 16 game against Sioux Falls Jefferson. So this is a group that's kind of out here looking for maybe a little bit of revenge, to quote the prophet Drake, as we start this season. But it'll be interesting to see if they can really bounce back and have a good season and against a good team to start the season in the Rapid City Stevens Raiders.
Already pulling out Drake, the prophet Drake.
Absolutely.
In the first game. And
we haven't
even made it to tip-off of the first game. We're already bringing it out tonight. But you're exactly right. Last year in that SODAC 16, a double overtime loss that kept them out of the state tournament. They were on the road, but they almost got that SODAC 16 win. And hopefully that's used as leverage and to your advantage to open up this season. Now, last year the Governors started out 4-0. They want to do the same thing again this year, but it's got to carry in not just to Christmas break, but past Christmas break.
Yeah, they've got to stay consistent all through the year, and that's probably the biggest thing that Coach Kuzler has preached to this senior-heavy group this year is, we've got to come and bring it every single night that we step on the floor, whether it is in the gym here at Riggs High School or if it's on the road at another AA high school. You've got to bring it every single night against, everybody. They did get, I think, rightfully so, got the recognition they deserved, being ranked as the number 5 team overall in the AA standings to start the year. But you've got to go out and show it. Preseason rankings don't mean anything until you're out on the floor, and this is a good test tonight against a Stevens Raider team that I'm anticipating historically is a good basketball school. But it'll be interesting to see what they bring out tonight because, this is an entirely different looking group from last year's Raider team. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring out on the floor tonight. But kind of going back to tying a bow on that thought, you got to bring it no matter who you're playing against, whether it's, top dog team in the state or a team that really hasn't had a whole lot of experience. You've got to bring your best every single night in AA boys basketball.
And that's the big thing, too, is when you open up a season and you look what you did against the Stevens Raiders last year, you outscored them 18-2 in the first quarter, and you won by 30, and it was a great first 2 games for the Governors against Stevens, but you don't know much about this team because they graduate just about everybody that played last year. There's hardly anybody that returned, so it's a much more unknown of a team, and it's good to get an unknown because there is a lot of unknowns going into a new season.
Yeah, and that's kind of the nice thing about you kind of know what you have when you look at the Governor roster on the flip side of things because, like you said, you bring back basically everybody but one guy. I guess you could technically count 2 with Jet Zabel, being forced out this year due to injury, but you kind of know what you have with the roster that you have with Pierre. So, but kind of going back to like you said, you got to bring it every single night, regardless of who's out on the floor against you.
This Governor team, again, they return Lincoln Keenels out of the starting lineup. Jacob Mayer in that starting lineup as well returning. You also have Jackson Edmond returning, Christian Bush. You have 4 starters returning. Brecken Kruger has started before. He's not starting tonight, but he will be coming off the bench. And we'll talk with Coach Kusler about that in just a little bit. That when you look at Brecken Kruger and you look at Cade Kaiser, who will come off the bench, and you see these guys they can start. They could be a starter, and she said, too, that they will be starters at some point. These guys know that at any point, any of these 7 guys or 8 guys can start, and that's the beauty of what this team can be this year is you have 8 starters that you can only start 5 at a time.
Yeah, and that's kind of the beauty of things, too. When push comes to shove, you can really rely on 7 or 8 guys in a pinch to start a basketball game for you. And that kind of plays into Coach Kuzler's hand a little bit too, John, is she can kind of play matchups if she wants to. If there's a team that's a little bit more, not as great defensively against guards, maybe she pulls Christian Busch out of the starting lineup and inserts a Cade Kaiser or Brecken Kruger. If there's teams that are smaller, maybe you start Christian Busch in place of one of those other 2 guys. And so that gives you a lot of roster flexibility, a lot of ability to kind of play matchups throughout the year, which I think will really play into the hands of the Governors going forward the rest of the season.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now. Blake Dean was not part of the conversation that Coach Kuzler and I had prior to our pregame interview and during our pregame interview. He has not heard the pregame interview, but he basically said everything that she was saying. He's got the mind for basketball, folks. Blake Dean is here for it, is already knowing what the Governors can do, and she's already said, and she will say it here in just a little bit, what she's wanting to do. And props to you, Blake, on already you threw out some Drake, and now you're throwing out what the coach already has already talking about. And we haven't even beginner's luck, John. We haven't even played a game yet.
Beginner's luck.
Pierre Governors,
chalk it up to that.
Pierre Governors and Stephen Raiders coming up here from the Riggs High School, and it's the sophomore game going on right now. 58-57, the Raiders just took the lead, and with 42 seconds remaining, we'll go ahead and take our first break here at the pregame show. When we come back, let's go have that conversation with Coach Brianna Kuzler. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Bankwest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bankwest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
The whistle blows and play stops. Someone has been fouled. After our Governors make their free throws, they can continue playing. We also get fouled in different ways. These are all of the terrible things that happen to us. But no one blows the whistle to try to make things fair for us. Instead, I encourage you to join us at Faith Lutheran to hear about God's peace and encouragement. God knows the problems that you are going through. He gives you his strength and love so that you can keep playing too.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, Shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Hi, this is Brecken Kruger, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, joining me is Coach Brianna Kusler of the Pierre basketball team as season begins here tonight against Rapid City Stevens. Going to be a fun matchup, going to be a fun season, but the excitement to get the season finally underway.
Yeah, certainly. You know, after almost 2 weeks of practice here, it's finally time to not beat up on each other and get to go and compete against another team.
Rapid City Stevens and Central, you saw them all the way back in December of last year, so it's not even wouldn't have been recent anyway. But the fact that you played them all at the beginning of last season, what do you take from anything from last year? Obviously, you guys return a lot; they don't necessarily return a whole lot.
Right. You know, we've watched some of it from last season, but they changed so much throughout the season as well, and really don't have a ton returning right now. So we watched the JV game here, and you can kind of pick up on some things, but ultimately, and we've talked to the guys about this, it's going to come down to we need to focus on ourselves and what we do well. We defend hard, we're going to rebound the heck out of the ball, and then we want to push with purpose and look to get some easy buckets in transition. And then if we don't have anything right away, we get the ball out and be strategic with what we're doing with the ball.
Regardless of how deep you go tonight or just throughout the season, in a game or just any game, the first couple guys off the bench could easily be starters for you as well. Regardless of who's starting tonight or who's starting tomorrow or anything, you guys have a deep bench in terms of just the 6th and 7th guy could easily be starting.
Absolutely, and we've talked to the guys about that too. The starting 5 tonight might not be the same throughout the year. There's a good likelihood that won't be the case. We have the ability this season to be able to go maybe bigger and stronger or smaller and a little bit quicker, or be just strategic with our lineups and sometimes matching up to another team or forcing teams to have to match up to us. And but ultimately they all know their roles don't change. Whether you're out there right away, we've got to have the intensity from the get-go, or you're coming off of the bench. The intensity doesn't change.
You return 4 of 5 starters, or just in general, return everybody but one guy from last year. So the learning curve of coming into this season is pretty much non-existent. You catch a couple guys up that are joining the varsity team, but overall, these guys that are going to be on the floor tonight, for the most part, there's not a whole lot of learning curve at all.
Yeah, the experience is there, and now they've just got to go out there with a ton of confidence, because we've got a lot of confidence in them. This is an awesome group. They have a lot of fun with one another. They go to battle for each other, with each other every single day, and we're just excited to be out there with them.
Early on in this game, how every start is always important to have a good start, but what's the reasoning to have a good start tonight?
I think setting the tone defensively is really going to be important for us, and not just tonight, but setting our identity defensively for the rest of the season. And we've been working in practice hard on that. We know we have an advantage, but it doesn't do anything if we don't take advantage of that advantage, right? So we want to use our length, our athleticism, and make things difficult for them offensively, and then create easy looks offensively for ourselves.
How nice is it to be at home to open up the season?
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a packed house. I mean, what better thing to do on a Friday night than be at Riggs High School for Governor basketball? So we're really looking forward to it.
What's going to be the biggest reason why the Governors start 1-0 tonight?
Play with a lot of confidence, have a lot of fun, and just take care of the basketball.
Hoping to see a lot of fun tonight, Coach. Thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back with more of the pregame show next here in 3 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Get to Graham Tire now through Wednesday, November 30th. Get a $100 instant rebate on all Kumho consumer tires, or a $60 instant rebate on all Kelly and Nokian tires, or a $75 instant rebate on all Goodyear tires. Plus, get up to a $100 mail-in rebate on select Goodyear tires. Double your savings to $200 when you use your Goodyear credit card. That's $275 off 4 Goodyear tires. All offers require a set of 4 installed in-stock tires. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627. Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match ceiling takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this car over to Capital City Four-Legged Toyota. They're giving everyone at least $3,000 for their trade-in.
Seriously?
You'll get $3,000 for it so long as you're trading it for another vehicle.
Even if it doesn't run?
Yes.
If I help you push yours down there, will you help me drag mine?
Push with your legs, not with your back. Ready? Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 or visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Lincoln Keynotes, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we are set for tip-off coming up here in just about 15 minutes or so as the Govs take on the Stevens Raiders to open up the season. And a really good crowd to open the season up here, Blake.
Yeah, it's good. Good turnout here for, both sides. I see not only a decent section or a large section, obviously, of Pierre Governor Green here, but there's a decent section of Stevens Raider Blue here on the near bleachers. So, packed house here tonight, and it should be a fun atmosphere and hopefully a competitive basketball game.
Yeah, the Governors will play Rapid City Central tomorrow afternoon, who is playing Aberdeen Central tonight, and Stevens will go to Aberdeen and play. So Central gets the better of the two because they get to go to Aberdeen tonight and then come back to Pierre tomorrow and then finish their drive back to Rapid City. But either way, the nice thing that Pierre and Aberdeen kind of link up and play teams out west. They'll do it again next weekend with both Pierre and Aberdeen going out there. The girls who are out there tonight, they're another hour and 2 minutes away from getting their season underway in Rapid City. They'll be at home next weekend when Sturgis and Spearfish come to town. So you get the role reversal of everything from this weekend and next weekend.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice that you get to see familiar teams right away to start the season as well. You get kind of some familiarity with, okay, what do you like matchup-wise, and you can kind of use that to kind of exploit some things on both ends of the floor. So leads to some familiarity, and if things are at any point heated tonight, maybe a little chippy at next weekend as well, leads to maybe some little bit more fire going into next weekend too. So all around a good thing that all of the schools involved decided to put together as far as the athletic directors go. Nice job of scheduling as far as that goes.
The Governors, again, they're coming in having lost in the SODAC 16 last year to Jefferson, but they come in with Lincoln Keenels, who averaged 20.3 points a game last year, 12.2 points a game for Jackson Edmond. There's a lot of athletes on the floor for the Pierre Governors. Obviously, right now, Lincoln Keenels, a verbal commit to Washington. He'll be able to sign here in a couple of weeks. Jackson Edmond has signed his national letter of intent to go play at Black Hill State. Christian Bush is going to go play some basketball or play football somewhere before the end of this senior year. He'll have a place where he's going to go. There's a lot of athletes that can do play a lot of different sports, but let's focus on Jackson Edmond because this is what he's wanting to do next year and play basketball at Black Hill State.
Yep.
He's going to be a big key and a big piece to what the Governors are able to do all year.
Yeah, people, heap praise on Lincoln Keenholz, and rightfully so. He's the best athlete in the state in just about every sport that he plays, but Jackson Edmond is, to me, the X factor in how far this Governor team goes this year. Not only is he going to contribute, on a nightly basis, anywhere in the neighborhood of probably 15 to 20 points this year, but also he is the defensive anchor of this Governor defense, and that's, offense wins games, defense wins championships is the mantra overall, but I think Jackson Edmond is going to be the key this year to see if the Pierre Governors make it to state this year. And that's really the sole focus of this group is state or bust. And that's Jackson Edmonds, his goal is to make it to a state tournament and play in a state tournament before his high school career is over. And, I think he kind of holds the key to be able to do that this year.
And you look at the size that the Governors have. 6'7" for Jackson Edmond, 6'4" for Christian Bush. Ben Heisler stands at 6'3". You have 6'5", well, Jed Zabel is 6'5", but 6'2" Kate Kaiser, 6'3" Lincoln Keenels, and 6'1" Brecken Kruger. This is a big team that size-wise it's going to be hard to match up night in and night out with the Pierre Governor team.
Yeah, a lot of length, a lot of athletes on the floor like you mentioned earlier, and that creates matchup nightmares for teams. The downside is when you're looking at a team like a Sioux Falls Lincoln who has JT Rock in the middle who's getting looks from Big 12 schools to play basketball, and he's only a junior standing upwards of 6'11", 7 feet almost. Jackson Edmonds in that sense a little undersized to play against somebody like JT Rock, but that's on the night that we play Sioux Falls Lincoln, so we'll worry about that at that point. Most nights, night in and night out, it is going to be so tough for any team to match not only the length that the Governors have on the floor, but also just the athleticism overall.
A lot of teams getting their season underway tonight. Brookings, Watertown playing in Brookings. Obviously, we talked about before, Aberdeen Central hosting Rapid City Central. Those two teams, Central and Stevens will flip-flop to play in Aberdeen and play here tomorrow. O'Gorman is hosting Brandon Valley. That's a big game out in Sioux Falls. Washington hosting Lincoln. Another big game. Belfouche is hosting Spearfish. Harrisburg hosting Yankton, and the Huron Tigers hosting the Mitchell Colonels in the ESD game. A couple of ESD games to open up the season. But this is the first chance for a lot of these teams, and we're going to see at some point over the next couple of weeks, probably not till the first of the year, things start to take shape a little bit and kind of seeing who some of the best teams are going to be. And obviously, you can have a good guess, but those surprise teams that kind of show up and start winning some basketball games. But every team starts tonight with the aspirations of going to the state tournament, winning a state championship. No team will not win a state championship or lose a state championship tonight, but you want to get off on the right foot.
You do, and that's kind of the beauty of the opening night of any sport, really. I mean, everybody starts out with a clean slate, 0-0, and you get a chance to kind of write your own destiny to starting here with this first game. It kind of sets it's the opening chapter in how this season is going to look. And, like you said, a lot of teams getting that chance tonight, along with the two teams that we'll see on the floor. But this will be, I'm hoping, kind of similar to the football season. I thought it was going to be a successful season for for the Pierre Governors championship or bust, and it ended up with a championship because, you know, this group of seniors, this senior-heavy group, is so dedicated to not only their craft in really all the sports that they play, but they're winners. And I anticipate that will be kind of the story of this basketball season as well. As you know, it's same thing, state champion or state tournament or bust for, you know, expectations a little lower maybe on the basketball side, but state tournament or bust. You know, the Govs haven't been to a state tournament in, you know, 5+ years at this point. So that's the goal for this group, and they've got a really good chance of getting there.
And one of the things too is that the fact that this Pierre Governor team has is, and we mentioned with Coach Kusler too, is that there's no learning curve.
No.
Last year, you know, that whatever Coach Kusler had as when she was the JV coach, her first year here, and then being the head coach, is probably a little bit different. Just because you're not the head coach, so you're not running everything that you want to run, and rightfully so. But now, after going into last year, you had the learning curve, a lot of juniors, all those juniors played, only one senior, and then you get to this year, you start practice right away, and you're going, wait a second, we don't got to really teach everything over again. We can just jump right into it, and I think that will be a huge factor into this season as well, is that these guys know what the expectations are from the coaching staff. The coaching staff knows exactly what these players are capable of doing, and that I think they started out 4-0 last year, so
Yeah.
It wasn't that they start out slow, but you hope that carries through just those first 4 games and into the first of 2023.
Yeah, you get a lot of continuity, a lot of familiarity with the roster that you have, and you know, hopefully they can extend a 4-0 winning streak to start the year, maybe out a little bit farther this year. You know, maybe it's, you know, a lot of consecutive games in a row rather than just 4 to start the year. So I think this group has maybe the most expectations that a Governor basketball team has had in a long time. But if there's any group that's going to do it, this is the group, being as upperclassmen heavy as they are, and I'm really looking forward to what they put together, not only tonight, but just kind of throughout the season as a whole.
You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We are minutes away from tip-off between the Pierre Governors and Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We'll return in 3 minutes with the starting lineups and opening tip. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
If you're in the market for a new home, call my mom or grandma, Kathy. Sunshine Properties is my mom and my grandma.
When you're ready to buy or sell, rely on us, Kathy Sunshine Properties. We'll help you to buy or sell with confidence. When you're out and about, stop and see us at our new location on the corner of Capitol and Central here in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Hi, this is Benjamin Heisler, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Aiden Howley. The senior forward, number 5, Nash Soltan. A sophomore guard, number 11, Taylor Segrist. And a junior forward, number 22, Madinko Holly. The Raiders are coached by Jay Burbank, Jason Wilson, alongside the team head coach Chris Baker. And now green and white on your feet and breathe.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, and if you did not hear those starting lineups, we'll go through those again. For Rapid City Stevens, it is Hayden Gebhardt, the 6'2 senior, Caden Dowling, the 5'9 senior, Nate Nash Sobzak, the 6'4 senior, the Taylor Segrist, the 6'2 sophomore, and Madinko Holly, the 6'4 junior. As it will be Holly and Benjamin Heisler for the opening tip. We'll get those Governor starters here in just a moment. As it is Lincoln Keenels, Jacob Mayer, Benjamin Heisler, Jackson Edmond, and Christian Bush. There we go. Got it right before opening tip. We are underway in the 2022-23 season as the opening tip is won by the Pierre Governors. And here is Jacob Mayer for the Governors with the ball. Throws the top of the key for Jackson Edmond, working left side for Benjamin Heisler. Lobs it for Edmond. Edmond caught it, but then he'll turn the ball over, trying to save it from going out of bounds. Maybe looking for an alley-oop right away. And a quick turnover by the Governors. And the first possession doesn't go so well for Pierre. At the top of the key, Caden Dowling nearly lost the ball to Jacob Mayer. He's able to get his dribble back. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock as they work it right side. As it is Segrist. Inside, shot missed from Sobzak, and the rebound grabbed down by the Governors. Keenel steps into three in rhythm. Buries the three. and the Governors open up with a 3-0 lead.
Yep, just a pull-up transition three from Keenholz there, and the Governors are going to get maybe a steal here. Nope, it ends up right back in the hands of the Raiders.
Halling will throw it down to the low block as it's picked back out to the wing. Here's Dowling driving all the way around the perimeter, inside to the outside for a three, and that's buried by number 11, Daylor Segrist. And we're tied 3-3 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter.
Yep, just a nice job of ball movement there by Stevens. They got the ball in the corner, and nice three there with a hand in his face for that Raider player.
As Edmond will throw it, try to throw it underneath, and misses for Heisler, and a second turnover committed already by the Governors. Tied 3-3 here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 6:39 to go in the first quarter. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we're underway here in the 2022-23 season. As the Stevens Raiders and Dowling will hand off right side, pulling up for three. That was missed by Sobzak. The rebound for Halling. His putback is missed, and then Christian Bush will gather the rebound, and he has fouled, our first foul tonight, and it will be against the Stevens Raiders and against number 5 and number 11 in Segrist.
I was going to say, I thought Segrist did pick up the foul there. Bush had come down with the rebound, and Segrist got a little handsy, I think, with Christian Bush and tried to poke the ball free, but picks up a foul early here in this first quarter.
So now here is Heisler within the left side. The Governors again tied 3-3 here in the opening quarter. Mayer is open for a three. He'll catch and pull up for three, and that's knocked down by Jacob Mayer. And it is a 6-3 lead now here for the Governors. 2 threes so far for Pierre.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Jacob Mayer of getting to the spot where he needs it and catching the ball in rhythm and pulling up for three.
Hayden Gebhardt in the corner for three. No, that's a long two for Gebhardt. He'll answer, and it's 6-5. Governors have a 1-point lead with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Edmond trying to get some separation at the top of the key. Now he'll throw it right side. Mayer will catch again. Thought about another one. Now bounce pass inside for Heisler, and just out of bounds was the defender and a Segrist trying to intercept the pass to Heisler. And it will stay with the Governors with 21 the shot clock, and Mayer will inbound the right baseline.
Yeah, just got a little bit of rushed there, did the Govs, but Segrist was a little too aggressive, and it went off of him.
Edmond will turn with a right hook, missed the shot, left it short, and the rebound's grabbed by Segrist as he'll work it up ahead for Dowling. 5:20 to go in the first quarter, 6-5 lead here for the Governors. Dowling at the top of the key, to the right elbow. It's picked up by Sobzak. Back to Dowling. Down to 15 to go on the shot clock. Top right at the free throw line. Halling will work in. His shot partially blocked. Got the ball back, and his turnaround fadeaway shot is good for Madiko Halling. And it's 7-6. Stevens has their first lead tonight. Jackson Edmond underneath for Mayer. He lost the ball. Third turnover already here for the Governors. And it's going the other way as the Stevens Raiders looking to increase their 1-point lead. Halling, spin move around Mayer. Side steps with a little Euro step, but he missed the shot. Heisler with the rebound. And in transition, the Governors started to go, but Mayer will slow things up. He'll throw it over for Heisler at the right side. Heisler works it back to the middle of the floor, and now Mayer again to the corner for Christian Bush, and he is on the end line, the sideline, and the fourth turnover now committed by the Governors as Brecken Kruger will check in for Christian Bush.
Yeah, not a lot of fire for this Governor team to start the year, and Stevens has really come out looking to push the pace, and that shows in the scoreboard. They're in the lead right now, and Brecken Kruger checking in for the Govs maybe to provide a little bit of a spark off the bench.
That pass over, Kruger nearly got a steal, but he will pick up the first foul committed by the Governors this season with 4:11 to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 lead for the Stevens Raiders and the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Raiders will inbound the fresh 35 on the far sideline. Segrist will inbound for Dowling. And as Dowling works around Mayer, throws it baseline. Jumper from Segrist is missed just inside that three-point line. And it's going to be Lincoln Keenholz with the rebound. And Keenholz will drive in. He's hardly touched the ball other than his three that he's made. Kruger will catch the pass after it was deflected. Edmond will catch top of the key now. He'll work inside. Drives in. Three different defenders. Shot was up. A lot of contact. It was missed, and the rebound was gathered up by the Raiders. And out the other way they go. Segrist. Top of the key. That one's for Sobzak. Underneath for Halling. His shot is missed. Hawley's shot is missed. And so now it's back another way for the Governors. Keenol steps into rhythm for three. That's short. Rebound, though, for Edmond. His putback is good, and he is fouled. A chance for a three-point play for Jackson Edmond, and the Governors retake the lead at 8-7.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Jackson Edmond, really just kind of being in the right place at the right time. Keenholz was trying to step into a three off the dribble, left it a little bit short. Edmond comes down with the rebound, avoids two defenders, goes underneath two defenders, lays it up and puts it in, gets fouled on the shot, and he's got a chance to go to the line and put the Govs up 2 here with 3:26 to go in the first quarter.
Free throw was missed. It was long, and the rebound will come out to the Raiders as they will work it back to midcourt. 8-7. Governors lead it by 1 here in the first quarter. 3:17 to go. Kruger trying to get that first steal for the Governors, but it is still picked back up by the Raiders. As driving in is Will Dortch, who's checked in. That one will be a kickball by Jacob Mayer, an inadvertent kickball, but it still will stay with the Raiders with 19 seconds to go on the shot clock. And they'll inbound left baseline with 3:09 to go in the first.
Yeah, just tried to fit a pass into a tight window, did Stevens there, and luckily ends up out of bounds on the Governors.
There's a hook shot that's missed from Sobzak, and the Governors will get another rebound, and Lincoln Keenholz. Jackson Edmond, he'll spin to his right. Now it's turned back to his left. And that shot just off to the left side. And another rebound for Sobzak. Here is Dowling, drives in on Mayer. Good bounce pass, but the ball stripped away. Kruger had it for a moment, but he never actually got possession of it. And the Raiders will end up with the ball still with 20 to go on the shot clock. No change of possession. No official turnover there by the Raiders. Into the corner it goes as it's Dowling on the right side. He'll drive in baseline, lost the ball up in the air, and that one's going to be picked off. And it's Keenholz that will get the interception. And now he'll drive going coast to coast. He draws the foul, and he will get 2 shots. Didn't think maybe that somewhat of a little continuation for Keenholz. We'll take it. But it is a foul that will allow Keenholz to go to the line. And the first foul committed by Hayden Gebhardt.
I think he was just in the air for so long, John, that it still counts as a shot. So Keenholz will go to the line for 2. He puts the first one through and puts the Governors up 9-7 with 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. His first point since his 3-point basket on the opening possession.
Keenholz's second free throw. He'll knock that one down. He's got 5, and Pierre has opened up a 10-7 lead. They're tied for their largest lead, which was a 3-0 and a 6-3 lead so far. 2:15 left here in the opening quarter. The Raiders, that ball is going to be a foul committed by Cade Kaiser, is checked in for Pierre. And so Kaiser and Kruger are the first 2 off the bench, and they're the first 2 with fouls as well. As Mayer checked out on that when Kaiser came in. That ball deflected by Kaiser, goes right back out of bounds, so we'll keep it here with the Raiders. 2:13 to go, fresh 35 for the Stevens Raiders. Down by 3, 10-7. Last year was 18-2 after the first quarter for the Governors. They might have gave up the first 2 points and then scored the last 18 points. Left wing 3 open for the Raiders. That one's missed by Gebhardt. And the rebound controlled by the Governors. Touch pass from Keenholz inside for Heisler. He throws it down. Our first dunk of the season, and Benjamin Heisler makes it 12-7.
That's a big-time athletic move from Heisler. He steps through and really didn't have a whole lot of momentum going to the basket. He just jammed that thing through the hoop, and that puts the Govs up by 5 here with 1:30 to go in the first.
It's Dowling again here with it for the Raiders. He'll throw it for Kaleem Brooks. And Brooks will hand it back off, looking for a little bit of a screen. Haven't seen a whole lot of ball screens from the Raiders. Just inside the left elbow, and a shot good from Caden Dowling. And it's 12-9 with 1:15 to go here in the first quarter. Edmond with the left-handed hook, too strong. Heisler trying to get a putback slam, and the oohs and ahs coming from the crowd. That one just missed as he couldn't fully get his hand on it, and then the Raiders will quickly turn the ball right back over to Pierre on a hard bounce pass that skipped up off the hands of Hayden Gebhardt, and the second turnover by the Raiders.
Yeah, Benjamin Heisler has got some serious athleticism, John. That was unbelievable that he even had a chance to put that ball, and he almost had a chance for a dunk opportunity on that tip drilled right near the basket.
As Carson Aharts is also checked in for Pierre, 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is Kaiser to hand off for Kruger, now the left wing for Keenholz. Looking for a screen from Aharts, goes the opposite way of it, creates some separation, and a baseline jumper is good just inside the three-point arc, and Keenel's now with 7 here in the first quarter, and a 14-9 lead. It's making 15-9 lead. That's answered by a shot by the Raiders. That's a long 2. And we'll be now with 25 seconds to go. The shot clock is turned off. Didn't see who that was that scored that bucket for
Segrist, I believe.
So Segrist has now got 5. 15 seconds to go. Keenel standing out at the midcourt with now 8 seconds, trying to avoid a double team. Keenel throws one up for the shot, missed it. Rebound for Heiser with 3 seconds. We get a tie up, and it will go in favor of the Raiders with 2.8 to go, so they can pull within a possession with probably a full court shot or a full court pass to try and get an easier shot, but it will be the Governors who will get the first possession of the second quarter. It'll be Sobczak to inbound, caught by Dowling on the run at midcourt, and he somehow did not get the shot away. That was a long 2 seconds, but he did not get the shot away, didn't go in anyway, and the Governors will take a 15-11 lead here at the end of the first quarter, behind 7 points from Lincoln Keenels. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
The whistle blows and play stops. Someone has been fouled. After our Governors make their free throws, they can continue playing. We also get fouled in different ways. These are all of the terrible things that happen to us. But no one blows the whistle to try to make things fair for us. Instead, you to join us at Faith Lutheran to hear about God's peace and encouragement. God knows the problems that you are going through. He gives you his strength and love so that you can keep playing too.
Hi, this is head coach Brianna Kusler, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Second quarter underway as Lincoln Keenels will catch the inbound pass. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. It's a 15-9 lead, 15-11 lead here for the Pierre Governors at the end of the first quarter on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by a scoreboard. Carson Aharts at the top of the key. He'll throw it right side for Cade Kaiser. And as Kaiser looks to his left, he'll throw it for Keenels. Christian Bush working down low, trying to call for the ball. That pass comes over. It misses everybody, and now Christian Bush is going to be wide open. It was deflected back out. Everybody fell over except for Bush, so he was wide open, and the Governors now take a 17-11 lead.
Yeah, a lot of contact, and both of the Raider defenders fell into each other, and that left Christian Bush wide open, like you said, right underneath the basket, and he puts it up and in for probably one of the easiest layups he'll have all year.
Segrist over for Dowling at the free throw line as Dowling now will work it back over the right wing. Brooks will catch the handoff. And now back Segrist again. Free throw line jumper is more of an air ball, but is picked back up by Stevens. They've got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now Brooks with 3 seconds. Segrist throws it one more time. They're not going to get the shot off in time. It's going to be a shot clock violation as that ball it hit the net, but it never hit the rim, so no reset of the shot clock.
Yeah, just kind of maybe a loss of concentration there from this young Raider squad. Didn't recognize that the shot clock had not expired, and like you said, nobody was really looking for a shot, and they turned the ball over right back to the Governors due to the shot clock violation.
Keenels on the left side again. He'll go the opposite way of the screen. Drives in, trying to throw it down, but he got a little bit of contact. The Governors will end up with the ball back. Keenels will take a step in rhythm. Buries a 3 again. His second 3 tonight. The Governors now lead it 20-11. He'll take a 3 over a dunk.
I was going to say, I think he'll sleep a little better knowing that he got an extra point out of that possession.
I think you might want to take the dunk, but on the highlight reel, he'll have more chances for dunks this year.
Yep.
Underneath is Brooks, defended by Bush. He'll turn, fade away from the basket, off the back rim, and it falls through for Kaleem Brooks, his first bucket tonight. And now is quickly back the other way. Lincoln Keenels, top of the key, right side for Kruger. To the elbow for Edmond. He'll let the traffic clear out. Nearly got double teamed by Brooks again. Hands back off for Kruger. Down to 20 on the shot clock. Edmond in the corner again. Try and spin move around. He got caught by 2 different defenders. Kruger will take a dribble to his left, pulls up for a 3, and that rolls in and out. And Christian Bush will get a foul on the rebound opportunity. His first foul, just the 13th foul here by the Governors.
Yeah, Bush unfortunately just got a little too pushy underneath the basket, fouling Brooks, and Brooks is a pretty decent, has got some decent length himself. He was able to corral that rebound and bring it down and picks up a foul from Bush there.
As it's now Gebhardt's. He's wide open. He'll pull for a shot. Missed it, though. Brooks tried to grab the rebound, went through his hands, and Jackson Edmond will eventually come away with it. Back to Kruger on the right side. The Governors work in transition now. Edmond, he'll pull up for three. The big man didn't get the three to fall, as this could be a rebound by Dowling. He's going to add that to his repertoire going into college.
Absolutely.
And he can make those from out there. As he'll now drive again, easy layup. Defense broke down, and Nash Sobzak will get his first bucket to make it 20-15.
This is a scrappy Raider squad, John. I like the way they've come out here in this first half.
Edmond will go work down low after taking a three the last trip. He works down low, draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. He was 0 for 1 so far, as it will be 2 free throws upcoming here for Jackson Edmond. Sobzak will pick up his second foul.
Yeah, unfortunately just unable to put the ball through the basket. Jackson Edmond tried to finish with his left hand on the right side of the basket. Probably should have gone up with the right hand there. Probably would have had a better angle to put it through, but regardless, he gets an opportunity at the free throw line. Unfortunately misses the first one, but he's got an opportunity to at least salvage his possession, put another point on the board, and make this a 6-point lead for the Govs.
Governors are now 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Rabbit C. Stevens has not yet attempted a free throw. We'll have Brooks check back in, as it will be another free throw here for Jackson Edmond. And that one is good. So it is a 21-15 lead now here for the Pierre Governors, a 6-point advantage with 4:50 left to go here in the second quarter. It is Segrist. He'll work to the right elbow, pulls up with an open shot, too strong with it off the back iron. Rebound will eventually be off the hands of Heisler, and both Kruger and Heisler are both over there, and they both pulled their hands back. I think maybe hoping the other one would go take the rebound, but instead it will end up staying with the Raiders.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Both guys, off the hands of Heisler, looking for a rebound, and neither of them unable to come away with it.
That was Hawley that chased that one down. Madinko Hawley was able to chase that down. It's now Segrist again, left side. He'll drive in. That shot is missed. The rebound will have a foul committed by the Governors, I believe, with 4:27 to go, and it will be the now 4th team foul, and that will be on Jacob Mayer. So 4 team fouls by 4 different Governors so far, with 4:27 to go here in the first half. That ball is going to be tipped, and it's going to be intercepted. Another turnover by the Raiders. Their second turnover here in the quarter, and then the pass from Heisler trying to get to a cutting Edmond. That one's deflected, and it goes out of play with 4:21 left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, just off the hands, and Heisler, I think, had a couple of options on that possession. I think he might have had keyholes underneath the basket, ended up putting it in the hands of, tried to get it in the hands of Edmond, but missed him, and the ball deflects out of bounds to the Raiders.
Kruger was open for a three. He missed it, but got his own rebound, and then Jacob Mayer will get called for a push-off as his second foul, and the first turnover of the second quarter by Pierre. With 4:10 left to go in the first half. 21-15, the American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffle by a scoreboard. Pierre controls this game and has led for the majority of this game. Only a 1-point advantage has been the difference or the only time that Stevens has had a lead. Well, they trail by 6 right now with the ball. As Dowling will try and get a pass over. Kruger deflected it, but it was still played. Now here is Brooks. Top of the key, picked up by Gebhardt. Gebhardt lost the ball. He's able to try and get it back, and it will eventually be a foul committed by Keenels diving for it. And Caden Dowling was the one that was fouled, and Keenels will pick up his first foul and the 16th foul. So now, where Stevens hasn't shot a free throw yet all game, one more foul from Pierre, regardless if it's a shooting foul or not, will send Stevens to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was just a unfortunate loose ball foul there. Keenholz was trying to go for the ball and just happened to run into the Raider on that play. But you're right, John. One more foul for Pierre, and that'll send Stevens to the line.
Here is Brooks, right side. Will give and go. Back for Brooks. The shot rejected. We'll see if the foul's on Mayer, if it's on Heisler. Either way, it will be Brooks to the free throw line, and it was a foul committed by Heisler, his first.
Maybe they got him with the foul with his hand on the back, John, because if they called it on the block attempt, that was a clean block. He got him clean from behind, so I'm guessing it was probably because he had his hand on his back there, did Benjamin Heisler.
As Brecken Kruger will check out, so Carson Ahart's back in. Second free throw is missed by Brooks. He goes 0 for 2 on that trip. Rebound from Minka, but he throws it away from Adinko Hawley. He threw it away. The third turnover now of the quarter by Stevens. And now Keenholz pulls up for three, a long three. That's missed, but rebound is grabbed by Aharts, and he is fouled on the rebound attempt as his arm was grabbed down, and will be the 5th team foul now by Stevens, as that will be on Caden Dowling.
Yeah, nice job of rebounding by Aharts there, and unfortunately, he's fouled on the way down, but that's one more foul. Stevens now has 5 fouls, so 2 more from them, and that sends Pierre to the free throw line the rest of the half.
Keenholz on the right side with a catch. He'll try and throw it low for Edmond, but that's deflected by Kaleem Brooks out of play, and it'll be a right baseline inbound with 24 to go on the shot clock. 3:14 left to go here in the first half. Pierre leading 21-15 on American Family Insurance. Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Aharts trying to get a pass underneath. Back out to Aharts after the pass was deflected. Now Edmond will pull up with a long 2. That's missed, and Heisler will foul on the rebound attempt, and that will send Stevens back to the free throw line again. This time just 1-1, as it's the 8th team foul now committed by the Governors, and that will send Hawley to the free throw line.
I think it is Hawley, actually. So that will send Hawley to the free throw line. I was thinking it was maybe Brooks, but it's Hawley at the line, and Heisler will check out of the game as he's picked up his second foul here in this first half. So wise substitution there by Coach Kuzler, putting him on the bench and maybe giving him a rest the rest of the half.
That free throw missed, and the rebound grab by Edmond. Nearly lost the ball, but the Governors will keep possession of it. 0 for 3 now at the free throw line is Stevens. Governors are 3 for 6. 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Here's Kaiser. He works around the screen. He's open for a long 2, but the shot's too strong, and the rebound will be grabbed by Brooks, but he fouls Aharts trying to grab that rebound. And Kaleem Brooks will have his first foul, the 16th foul. 2:48 left to go here in the first half, and we've seen a lot more fouls in this. We only had 3 free throws in the first quarter. See a lot more fouls committed here in the second. Jacob Mayer on the right side, he's got 2 fouls. That pass inside, looking for Edmond, and it's going to be taken away from Jackson Edmond. Never really secured it. And it will be now the other way for the Stevens Raiders. They're still down by 6. Dowling lost the handle of the ball, and then just out of bounds. It was out of bounds off of Stevens.
Yeah, the official on the far baseline ruled right away that it was Governor basketball, then it bounced off a Raider on that one. So Pierre will take back over, 2:25 and rolling left to go here in this first half.
As Lincoln Keenholz will catch on the left side. Governors with a 6-point lead. He gets double teamed. He'll throw it across court for Mayer. Into the corner, Aharts. He'll pull up for 3. Carson Aharts knocks down his first 3 of the season. And the Govs now lead at 24-15, their largest lead tonight. A 9-point advantage.
That's a nice shot from Carson Aharts right there.
There's a steal here for Lincoln Keenholz as he'll drive all the way in, one-on-one, and his layup is good. Take the steal and also get the bucket for Keenholz, who's now got 13 points already of the 26 that the Governors have. They lead by 11 with 1:45 to go. Dowling now for Hawley. Lost the ball, is able to get it back. He'll throw it over for Brooks. Hands back off for Segrist. Segrist to the point, right side on the wing. To the corner it will go now for Gebhardt. Back out for Brooks. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Now Dowling will drive in right in the middle of the paint, miss the shot, and the rebound's not grabbed securely by Aharts, and it'll fling itself out of play with 1:22 to go and a fresh 35 upcoming here for the Raiders. 26-15, Pierre's got their largest lead right now, leading by 11 here late in the first half.
Yeah, this has been an exciting basketball game, despite it being a 9-point game at this point, John. Really competitive game between these two squads thus far.
Dowling will inbound out Out high, and now Segrist will throw it for Brooks. Trying to hand back off for Segrist, and then we get a foul committed by the Raiders, and I believe that might be on Brooks, who, nope, they call it a number 10, I believe. They gave it a number 10, but I don't see number 10 out there on the floor, so they're going to get the verification here. I think it's either number 11 or number 20. It will be number 20 in Brooks. And I guess what he did when he let go of the ball, he kind of pushed himself backwards and became an illegal screen instead of standing where he was at.
Yeah, just getting caught in an unfortunate situation there was Brooks, and with 1:15 to go, Coach Kuzler's going to take a timeout here and maybe draw something up here to put this lead to double digits before we get to halftime.
Yeah, there are timeouts in basketball. You can't take timeouts. We have not had one yet so far in this game.
That's why this game seems faster.
I was going to say, this game seems like it has been flying by, and that's because this is the first timeout that we've had all game. 26-15, Governors lead it by 11 with 1:15 to go here in the first half. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean here on this Friday nights. We'll have the girls' home opener next Friday. That'll be the same time, right around 6:30 and a 7 o'clock tip-off, as they'll host Sturgis next Friday night. Tomorrow, we will have Hawaii Capitals taking on the Sioux Center Storm on Capital City Rack on Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll have them taking on Sioux Falls 2 and Sioux Falls 1 on Saturday and Sunday, along with the girls playing Sioux Falls next week Sunday. Make sure you got all that on the. We'll remind you as time goes along, but
I can only handle one thing at a time.
One thing at a time, yep. Well, tomorrow is Sioux Center. White Capitals at Sioux Center.
There you go.
On Capital City Rack. But you can also listen to the Army-Navy game here on KCCR tomorrow afternoon with 1 o'clock coverage start time. Lincoln Keynotes will get the inbound pass coming out of the timeout. 1:07 to go in the first half. Skip pass across. That's intercepted by Hawley. And Hawley will drive in, try to go up and around and underneath the basket. He is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Governors turned the ball over now 7 times in the game. We got Dowling and Hawley, and I'm trying to mix the two names together, trying to push the two names together, but it's Madiko Hawley that is at the line for 2 free throws with 1:01 to go. The first one is good. That's their first made free throw. They're 1 for 4 now for Stevens, as it's a 10-point game, 26-16.
Yeah, like I said, Hawley's got some length, and I think he's going to be, maybe a matchup problem going down the rest of the year, because he's long, he's athletic, and I think he's only a junior, so maybe look for him to be a player going forward here the rest of this season and then maybe into next year as well.
He makes both free throws, 26-17 with 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mayer a pass for Aharts, throwing it down low for Keenels, trying to go in the post work for Keenels, and he's able to get that shot to fall. And Lincoln Keenels now with 15 of the 28 so far in the first half. Underneath for Hawley, and another foul committed. And it'll be 2 shots upcoming. That's the 10th team foul here by the Governors. And a loose ball, that's going to be a foul committed by Carson Aharts. Those are tough to pick up fouls when the ball is loose and everybody's trying to fight for it, and your number gets called out for a foul. And Caden Dowling was the one that was fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Aharts. I think he probably took the worst of it because he was the one that ended up on his rear end on the ground. But, and he just, unfortunately, wrong place at the wrong time, and he does pick up his second foul here maybe within the last 2 or 3 possessions.
It is 28-19 as it's now a 9-point game. Dowling went 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 30 seconds to go. 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock here in the first half. Mayer, as Bush rolled off the screen, couldn't get it to him for the pick and roll. Aharts over for Keenels. They can hold for the final shot with just 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pierre leads it by 9, 28-19. 10 seconds to go in the first half. Keenels trying to get a screen from Aharts. He'll throw it for Aharts. He's open for 3. That's good from Carson Aharts. His second 3 of the first half. A long 3 at the buzzer is going to come up short. And what a great play there from Keenels to Aharts. Everybody in the gym knew that was going to be Lincoln Keenels to take the final shot of that first half. And Carson Aharts was wide open, and Keenels was able to find him at the top of the key. And he'll bury his second 3 to get the Governors a 12-point lead at halftime.
And that was a deep 3, too, John. I think he might have shot that from the gray stripe that runs pretty close to closer to half court than it does to the three-point line at the top of the key. So straight on three for Aharts from deep, and he buried it right as with about maybe 5 seconds left to go, because Stevens did have time to inbound the ball and put up a last-second shot attempt, but didn't fall through. Govs up by 12 going into the second half.
31-19 is our score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. We'll return in 3 minutes with halftime stats. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Get to Graham Tire now through Wednesday, November 30th. Get a $100 instant rebate on all Kumho consumer tires, or a $60 instant rebate on all Kelly and Nokian tires, or a $75 instant rebate on all Goodyear tires. Plus, get up to a $100 mail-in rebate on select Goodyear tires. Double your savings to $200 when you use your Goodyear credit card. That's $275 off 4 Goodyear tires. All offers require a set of 4 installed in-stock tires. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shuffleby Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
This is Cade Kaiser, and you're listening to the Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here in the halftime reports, as the Pierre Governors lead at 31-19 here at the end of 2 quarters. It was a 15-11 lead for Pierre after the first, and they outscored Stevens 16-8 in the second to take a 31-19 lead here at the break. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And Blake, the first half here, it belonged to the Governors, and like you mentioned too, it grew to a 11-point lead, and it still felt pretty close, but it was a really good first half of basketball for both these teams.
Yeah, it was really high tempo. Like you mentioned earlier, there was only one timeout in the half, so we barely had a chance to catch our breath throughout the whole first half. Really exciting, really high tempo from both teams. And you're right, it seemed a lot closer than maybe the score now indicates, with the Govs being up by 12 going into the second half. But this is a huge game because like you said earlier, Pierre came into into last year against a pretty senior-heavy Stevens squad and was up 18-2 on them after a quarter. This is a different Stevens squad that we're seeing here tonight. Younger, but maybe a little bit more skilled when it comes to playing basketball, and this has been exciting thus far. This is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. Closer than the score indicates, but it's been like we talked about, exciting because it only one timeout, so up and down. Really not a whole lot of breaks, and we've seen some highlight plays from both teams too. The Aharts 3 to end the half. We saw a huge dunk from Benjamin Heisler, and really thus far it's been up tempo and kind of highlights all around for the Governors specifically, for sure.
Lincoln Kenols has 15 points so far here on the night. I have them at 14, but the board's got them at 15. But 15 points for Lincoln Kenols, 3 for Jacob Mayer, 6 for Carson Aharts. He had that, as Blake just said, the big 3 to end the first half. 3 points for Jackson Edmond, 2 for Benjamin Heisler, who had that big dunk, and Christian Bush, who has 2 points. For the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, 5 points for Daylor Segrist, who leads the way right now for the Raiders. 4 points for Madiko Hawley, as well as Caden Dowling. 2 points apiece for Hayden Gebhardt, Noah Nash Sobzak, and Kaleem Brooks. As it was 4 for 7 from the free throw line for Rapid City Stevens in the first half. It is 3 for 5 for the Pierre Governors from the free throw line in the first half. 7 turnovers for Pierre, 6 so far for the Stevens Raiders. Going into the second half here, Blake, Governors with that 12-point lead, what do they need to do to hold on this lead and to build up, maybe to put this game out of reach in this early part of fourth quarter?
I think you got to establish yourself in the post, John. We really haven't seen, with the size advantage that the Governors have, we really haven't seen them go down low a whole lot. I think getting Jackson Edmond a little bit more involved this second half will maybe push the lead out a little bit more. Also, got to make your free throws. That's probably the biggest thing that kind of hurt the Governors down the stretch last year in their SODAC 16 game. Was a lot of missed free throws, a lot of missed opportunities down the stretch. And so, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do here in the second half. But in my opinion, those are probably the two biggest points that I would make. Are establish the post a little bit more with Jackson Edmond and Christian Bush, and just make sure you make your free throws down the stretch. And I think the Governors will walk away with this in the second half with a pretty easily and handily double-digit win.
Governors will take on Rapid City Central tomorrow afternoon here at Riggs High School. Then they go on the road to take on Sturgis and Spearfish next weekend. Then they'll be on the road again the following Tuesday after next weekend. That Tuesday right before Christmas, the 20th, they'll be on the road against Watertown. They won't return home until after the first of the year. They'll have to also be on the road against the Lincoln Patriots too. So this is tonight and tomorrow, the 2 chances to watch the Governors play at home for just about a month. Over a month before they do return home. But the Pierre Governors do have a 31-19 lead here at the end of the first half. We'll return in 3 minutes with the second half. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
This winter, sip on a delicious hot cocoa and lose yourself in the grace of a fresh falling snow before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for winter sports. Stomp for block shots, holler for match-sealing takedowns, and go berserk for a perfect dismount. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this car over to Capital City Four-Legged Toyota. They're giving everyone at least $3,000 for their trade-in.
Seriously?
You'll get $3,000 for it so long as you're trading it for another vehicle.
Even if it doesn't run?
Yes.
If I help you push yours down there, will you help me drag mine?
Push with your legs, not with your back. Ready? Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 or visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
Did you ever hear the real story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? Who had so many children she didn't know what to do? Well, in the story, she wasn't given much credit. Believe me, she knew what to do, all right. She called my mom, Tara, at Kathy Sunshine Properties. She told my mom she wanted a house with 5 bedrooms and a large yard with room to run. Tara found her the perfect house and sold the shoe to a one-legged basketball player.
For your happily ever after, give me a call at Kathy Sunshine Properties, 605-224-5588. That's 224-5588. Visit contactkathy.com or stop by our new location at 301 West Capitol Avenue in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Wahi Federal Credit Union member? At a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at a Wahi Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Wahi Federal Credit Union.
Hey, this is Christian Bush, and you're listening to Pierre Governors Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, it is going to be the Stevens Raiders that get the ball to start the third quarter. 31-19, the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we are set to begin this third quarter. Governors leading 31-19 in the opening game of the season. As Stevens will inbound the ball as Dowling will throw it to the top of the key. The left elbow picked up by Sobzak. His pass inside was nearly taken away. And then Hawley's shot, he didn't have a whole lot to it. He was falling away from the basket. But Hawley gets his second field goal and pulls the Raiders within 10 at 31-21.
That's a nice job of staying with it there by Hawley, able to put it back up and get the Raiders within 10.
Keno's underhand pass for Mayer. His three is missed. Heisler got the rebound. The ball was stripped away from him. Got the ball back, and then Ben Heisler will get his second field goal to make it 33-21. A quick answer by the Governors. Back to a 12-point advantage. 7:13 to go here in the third quarter. That pass inside for Hawley. The bump of Christian Bush, and he ends up traveling and turns the ball over. 7th turnover now the ball game for the Stevens Raiders. 6 in that first half, 7 for the Pierre Governors. 33-21. Pierre leads it by 12. Just about a minute gone by here in the third quarter. Keno will start to drive, trying to create some separation. Now he'll throw it right side for Heisler. On the right wing, Heisler looking inside. Goes it across court. Edmonds shot. He is fouled. He will go to the free throw line. The ball was tipped at first by Sobzak, but he got all of Jackson Edmond too. And Edmond will go to the free throw line for now his third trip.
And that was a nice look from Heisler, able to find Edmond on the elbow. He was wide open, and like you said, Sobzak just ran right into Jackson Edmond. And like you said, he did get a piece of the ball, but got all of Jackson Edmond, and Edmond heads to the line for a pair, sinks the first one. He's got one more coming, and that'll put the Govs potentially up 14 with 6:54 to go if he makes this one.
Edmond now 2 for 4 from the free throw line. That one rolls off the left side.
Announcer's curse.
I was going to say, you have now made your way to the announcer's jinx, Blake.
Yep, there it is.
You are now a full broadcaster when you get the announcer's jinx to you. There's a steal for the Governors. Mayer lost the ball. He was sitting on the eyes, and the ball came back over to the Raiders, and they turned the ball back over again. Here's Jackson Edmond trying to drive coast to coast. He lost. They handle the ball. Gets the ball back. Leg on his backside. He's looking for a timeout. And did he get the timeout? He did get the timeout. That was a wild sequence that Edmond was somehow able to fall back on the ball and take a timeout. It will be a full timeout here unless they're going to change it to a 30-second. No, it will be a full timeout. 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. We will step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Hi, this is Jackson Edmond, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, Jackson Edmond with that play, he got the steal, and he ended up getting the timeout after he started to lose the ball. Was able to get it back and get that timeout before he ended up turning the ball back over to Stevens. So they'll inbound right baseline, come in the timeout with 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. 28 seconds left on the shot clock as well for the Governors. Kruger will inbound. He'll lob it out, but he didn't lob it far enough for Edmond. It's a quick turnover. The Raiders will take the ball. Kruger tries to come back. He got the ball. He was able to try and throw it off of Dowling, but Dowling picked it right back up. So it is Stevens now on the left side, trying to pull within maybe 10 again if they can knock down a three. Down by 13 right now, 34-21. On the left side of the wing it is for Gebhardt. Now Brooks, top of the key. Throws it back across for Dowling. He stands at the point. He'll drive in. Bounce pass to a cutting man in Sobzak, and Segrist, and he missed the shot, and the rebound's grabbed by the Governors. Back the other way, here's Kruger. Christian Bush will catch outside the perimeter, and now it's Keenol's on the left side. On the baseline, starting to drive, kicks it back out. Bush will pull up for three. That's good from Christian Bush. His first three, and it's 37-21. Won't see him take too many threes out there, but Bush is able to knock it down when he can.
I was going to say, and that's the thing that separates these Governor posts from maybe posts of the past is they can step out and shoot the three.
Driving in is Gebhardt. He'll pull it back out now left wing, and driving in is Segrist. Segrist, his shot was missed. The rebound comes back to him, and then he throws it over to Coach Stabner after it was a cutting Gebhardt that went back out to the right wing, and that ball went right to Coach Stabner, and it'll be a turnover by the Raiders. A lot of coaches don't like it when the ball gets thrown to them.
He kind of had a conversation with the official there saying, I don't have a jersey on. Why is the ball in my hands right now?
Here is Keenol's here for the Governors. 16-point lead, largest lead of the day for the Pierre Governors. Underneath for Keenol's. He'll turn all high off the glass but missed the shot. And the rebound is on the ground again. And Bush, his arm is tied up along with Brooks's arm. And it will be a timeout, I believe. That was called, and it is a timeout for the Stevens Raiders. So with 4:56 to go here in the third quarter, Stevens will take just their first timeout. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. 37-21. Governors had the 31-19 lead at the break, now leading 37-21. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean as we just passed 8 o'clock. And Blake, this third quarter so far, almost been a little sloppy compared to what the first half has been.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers for both teams. And it's less up and down. You did see, a lot of call and response in the first half when Pierre would go down, Stevens would answer, and kind of vice versa. They're kind of doing the same thing almost in this half, but you're almost doing it with turnovers instead of with baskets made. So, like you said, a little sloppy to start here, but Governors have opened up a sizable lead here with 4:55 to go here in the third quarter.
Here's Gebhardt, full court press for the Governors coming out of the timeouts. It's broken by the Raiders. Now Segrist started to drive baseline, and he will be fouled by Jackson Edmond. It'll be Edmonds, just his first foul so far of the game. He thought it was a turnover. He was looking to throw inbound the ball, but he ends up getting called for the push. And the first team foul, first foul by Jackson Edmond. And a fresh 35 upcoming here for the Raiders. Here's Segrist, top of the key. Right side will throw for Gebhardt. Back to Segrist. It rolled on his shoulder a little bit. He's able to recover. Now pass and went between two different Raider players. Went between the feet of Kruger. He's still reaching for it. It will end up being into the backcourt and legally grabbed by the Raiders, but still 16 to go on the shot clock. And that one's kicked by Keenholz. That one was a purposeful kick that will be called a kicking violation, where the other ball, the other time it was just rolling on the feet of Brecken Kruger.
Yeah, that was Kruger did a nice job of jumping that pass. He's probably going to be, one of the feistier perimeter defenders that the Govs have this year, because, he pounced on that ball and forced the hand of the Stevens Raiders there.
There's a turnover by the Raiders again. There was a loss in the corner, and it was picked up by Keenholz, and then a pass from Kaiser trying to thread a needle for Heisler, just led him a little bit too far, and they quickly turn the ball right back over to Stevens.
Kind of like we talked about, turnover for turnover, going back and forth this quarter.
So still 37-21. We've had a bucket for the Raiders and just 6 points so far for the Governors. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It is Dowling over Segrist. At the elbow, back over for Dowling. I think he traveled, but he'll pull up the three, and he'll get the three to go. That's the first three of the ball game for the second three of the ball game for the Stevens Raiders. And it's the first one since they had the opening three go in. Kaiser now for Edmond. He'll drive all the way into the basket. It rolls its way through, and Jackson Edmond has now got 7 points.
A nice drive there from Jackson Edmond, laying it up with the left hand, and that makes it a 39-24 lead for the Governors.
American Family Insurance, Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard as the Raiders now will drive. And again, sliding a little bit was Gebhardt. Then he is fouled as he went up for the shot. And so it'll be 2 free throws upcoming here for Hayden Gebhardt.
They're going to call the foul on Keenholz on that one. Just his second foul of the game and second team foul for the Govs this half.
That first half, it was a 3 for 6 performance. 4 for 7 performance from the free throw line. And the first one is good from Gebhardt. He is now 1 for 1 from the free throw line. 39-25. Sobzak will check back in. Keenholz and Heiser will both take a seat as Jacob Mayer and Carson Aharts are in the ball game for the Governors. Second free throw, that one is good. And we'll get another sub as Will Dortch will check in for Gebhardt. 39-26, 3:18 left to go here in the third quarter.
The Stevens Raider team is hanging around right now, John, and that could bode for a potentially dangerous fourth quarter if they are able to put together a run.
Jacob Mayer, top of the key for Kaiser, now right wing for Kruger. Edmond will catch right in the middle of the paint. He'll get a tough shot up, missed it, got his own rebound. The putback, he's fouled, and he's going to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2 more free throws. He's 1 for 2 in this quarter, 2 for 5 so far in the ball game. As
Sobzak's got 4 fouls because he's had to put up with guarding Jackson Edmond all night. It'll be interesting to see what Coach for Rapid City Stevens does here, and it looks like he's going to go to his bench and sub him out here with 4 fouls.
Ethan Peisel will check in for Sobzak, as it'll be the first chance for Peisel to be in the ball game. Peisel, the 6'2 junior. Edmond's second free throw is good. He's been consistent of going 1 for 2 from the free throw line every time he's got that opportunity. 40-26. Pierre leads it by 14 with 2:50 left to go now here in the third quarter. Couple spin moves from Segrist on the baseline. I don't know how he could see the basket without being too dizzy, but he's able to get the shot to fall through, and it's 40-28. Just kept spinning in circles. Here's Kruger. He'll pull up for a 3 on the catch. That one's too strong, but the rebound's grabbed by Kaiser, and the Governors will get a second opportunity here at the ball. Aharts on the right wing. He'll throw it right elbow for Edmond. Kicks it right back out for Kaiser. 2:25 to go here in the third. Kaiser, lob pass, that's going to be intercepted. Didn't have enough strength to it. And now all the way for a layup on the other end for Dowling. And the Governors have turned the ball over 3 times here in this third quarter, 40-30. Pierre leads it by 10. Kruger again, nearly traveled, but he'll throw it over for Edmond. Driving baseline. He'll spin. Right hand with the shot from Jackson Edmond. He's a lefty, but the right hand was good, and it's 42-30.
And that's kind of his game, is if he's able to start going with his left and turn to his right and put the ball in the hole, that's where he really shines.
Segrist with the pump fake. Now a hand back off for Dowling. 1:45 left to go here in the third. Segrist back again into the corner it goes, all the way for Peisel. Now back to the top of the key for Segrist. His pass over. Kruger tried to step in between that passing lane, but it's Dowling again inside Dorch. His shot is good, and he has fouled. A chance for a three-point play as Will Dorch has his first points of the night. And that basket will count, and it's Jacob Mayer will pick up his third foul. Keenholz will check back in here with a 1:31 to go, and the lead trimmed back down to 10 again.
Are they allowed to substitute for the free throw? Oh, because it was an and one, you're able to do that. I just didn't hear the horn go off. So, but that's a nice play from Dorch. He really kept his composure because there were 2 or 3 Govs that were in the air before his shot was even up, and he put it right in the basket, and unfortunately was not able to convert for a three-point play.
Aharts pulls up for a long three. NBA range three for Carson Aharts. He's got his third one tonight, and it's 45-32.
That will be a dangerous weapon down the stretch for the Govs if Carson Aharts is able to hit from as long a distance as he's hit consistently here tonight.
Here is now top of the key for Dowling. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Segrist nearly dribbled himself out of the possession of the ball, but he's able to retrieve it, and he'll lay it up right in front of the basket. And Segrist has got another point, and it's 45-34 with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And now we're back to trading baskets again.
That pass inside for Keenholz. He'll draw the contact. Can't get the shot to go, but he'll go to the line for 2 with 42.6 left. And Keenholz, who is 2 for 2 from the line, he's got 15 points tonight. Will Dorch will pick up his first foul. And with the 11-point lead, the Governors trying to extend it back up to 13 with just 42 seconds remaining. Keenholz's free throw is missed. There's the announcer's cursive saying he's 2 for 2 from the line. So
we each got one this quarter.
Yeah, it's going to happen quite. I tried not to let it happen too much, but it happens quite a bit. There's a lot of missed free throws that I take a lot of blame for.
You don't try to have it happen too much, but it happens quite a bit, like more often than you probably hope for.
Exactly. Yeah, one's too many anyway. Keenholz goes 0 for 2 on that trip. Now it's going to be a 3. Wide open was Dorch, but he shot it too strong, and the rebound will be grabbed by the Governors. Shot clock is off with 28 seconds to go in the third, and Pierre can take a double-digit lead to the fourth quarter, and they can hold for the final shot.
Yeah, I think they will take a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter because Stevens, the defender there, able to poke it free for Keenholz, but he's going to take it down almost to 0 seconds here.
He shoots it with 10 seconds to go, missed the shot. Heiser got the rebound. That shot is going to be called a travel. He lost the ball, tried to get it back. Coach Kusler not happy about that call against, and it will be now Stevens with 5.7 to go that has an opportunity to try and pull within 10 points. A made bucket will get him in within 10. 5.7 left to go.
That's just an unfortunate decision there. I think Keenholz maybe forced the issue a little bit there and just tried to get a bucket where he could, but you're right, John. Stevens has got a chance to put it through with 6 seconds to go here.
Dowling will take it coast to coast. His shot rejected by Heiser. The putback at the buzzer is missed. And what a block shot by Ben Heiser. Threw it off the glass. And a huge block to get the momentum back for the Pierre Governors, who have a 45-34 lead heading into the fourth quarter.
Again, going back to the unbelievable athleticism of Heiser. That looked like Zion Williamson flying from the rafters at Spartanburg Day School when he was in high school. That was an emphatic block off the backboard and just absolutely, putting a gut punch into the hearts of the Stevens Raiders, trying to get within single digits. Ben Heisler pulling out his inner Dikembe Mutombo and saying no on that shot.
Pierre Governors lead at 45-34 here in the fourth quarter. How much fun is it to have Blake Dean on the call with us? We'll return in 30 seconds with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Hi, this is Jacob Marin. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here to Riggs High School, it's the fourth quarter. Pierre Governors have a 45-34 lead as they will get the ball to open up this fourth quarter on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, and it is Brecken Kruger here for the Governors to get their fourth quarter underway. As Carson Aharts will catch, he's looking for another three. That one rolls in and out. Probably no heat check because he's had a three. He had 2 threes in the second, only one in the third. But he looked to be on fire if he would have made that shot. That one will come inside, and a bucket made by Hawley. And Hawley makes it a 9-point game, 45-36. He's got 8 points now tonight, does Madiko Hawley. Ben Heiser, he'll try and drive against the double team. Lost, they handle the ball, able to get it back, and then he is fouled. And going to be the fourth foul committed by Stevens here in the second half. And that's the second foul on Segrist.
Yeah, maybe got called for a reach there against Heisler, but Stevens has made this a one-possession game, John. And like I said, when you let a team like this hang around, they've got an opportunity to make a run right now.
And another turnover here by the Governors, as it will be Hawley dialing the other way. Pierre has turned the ball over now 5 times in this second half, 12 times so far in the ball game. Over on the left wing, Segrist starting to drive, kicks it back out. Hauling, turnaround, fadeaway shot is missed. The rebound will be won by Brooks. His putback shot just rolls off. Hauling will try and save it, but he was out of bounds, and it will go back to the Pierre Governors. And it's still a 9-point lead here for Pierre with 6:56 to go. Just a minute gone by in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Stevens is hanging tough right now, John. Brooks had an opportunity to make it a 7-point ball game, but just put it off the glass a little bit too strong, and that could potentially be a 4-point swing here with Pierre going the other way.
Keno's lost the ball, went right over to Kruger, and as he drove to his rights, he draws the foul, and he will go to the line for 2. Kruger's looking for his first points of the night, as it's a second foul committed by Keaton Dowling. 45-36. Pierre leads in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. First free throw is good for Kruger to make it back to a 10-point lead with 6:44 to go in the fourth.
Yeah, Brecken Kruger, one of the better free throw shooters on this Governor team, John. You have a lot of confidence with him at the line shooting these free throws to put the Govs up double digits.
And we get a lane violation against the Governors, and so it will be a missed free throw that will technically be for Brecken Kruger. I believe it was Carson Aharts that went from beyond the 3-point line in before the ball ended up hitting the rim. Timeout will be taken here by the Stevens Raiders. I believe it was just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here on KCCR. The other thing, too, is that we had no timeouts taken in that first half, other than one timeout by Coach Kusler. She's taken one more since then. Actually, Edmond was the one that actually took it from me on the ground. But that's only the second timeout by Stevens. So both teams have 3 timeouts. And with a 10-point game with 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter, you might want to buckle up because while this game has moved fairly quickly, those 6 timeouts that are still left could make this game go a little bit longer than maybe anticipated, or the way the game has trended, it might slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8:16 now here with 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter. It very well could easily be 9 o'clock by the time we're done with this ball game with as many timeouts as both teams still have, and it being potentially a single-digit point basketball game with Stevens having the opportunity to do that with this possession.
The Governors would like to keep all those timeouts in the back pocket of both coaches, meaning that they extend this lead out to a point where you don't need to take the timeouts anymore. But it is Brooks out for Segrist, pulls up for 3. Well, that doesn't help for the Governors right now. That's good from Taylor Segrist. And it's a 46-39 lead now for the Governors. Just a 7-point game. Kruger, left side for Ahart, trying to throw it underneath for Edmond, and that ball is tipped and stolen away by the Raiders. Another turnover by the Governors. Here's Segrist. He's able to pull up for another three. That was a heat check. That one will hit the top of the backboard. It goes off the shot clock, so it ends up being out of bounds. It ends up rolling behind the basket anyway, but it ends up being a missed shot, out of bounds. Governor ball at 6:06 to go.
And Segrist just had an opportunity to make this really, really interesting. He made the 1-3, and that one almost was down, but took the high bounce off the rim, and it ended up in the hands of the Governors taking it out of bounds.
Heisler's three is just too strong. And weak side, it started to be a weak side rebound that was tipped and then grabbed by Hawley, and it's now again Segrist. He starts to drive in. He's feeling it right now for the Raiders. Brooks back out for Segrist. Now it's going to be Dowling. Caden Dowling will hand it over left side. Back out of the top of the key for Brooks. Looking for a backdoor cut was Segrist, and then Brooks is fouled by Ahart. Shot rejected by Edmond, although it was before the shot on the foul by Carson Ahart. So in sideline inbound, the fresh 35 and 5:32 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is a well-coached basketball team in Rapid City Stevens, John. They're boxing out. They're getting every loose ball, and that's what's keeping them in the game right now on a single-digit possession basketball game. Unfortunately, with that one, they just turned the basketball back over to the Governors, getting a little sloppy there. But that gives Pierre an opportunity to make it double digits again and hopefully keep it double digits the rest of the game.
Yeah, a unforced turnover that time by the Raiders. They're 11th now of the ball game. They had 4 in that third quarter, but really didn't turn the ball over. Other than that first part of the third quarter, they really didn't turn the ball over the rest of the way. And their first one here, the fourth. It's still a 7-point game though. Governors lead it by 7. Keenols, that one man underneath that got a piece of Keenols. He almost ran on the top of Keenols, but he ends up turning the ball over, trying to get a pass, and Dowling intercepts it. Third turnover of the quarter by the Governors. 14th of the game. Segrist backsteps. His shot rejected by Heisler. Good defense there by Ben Heisler. And now Edmond throws it over for Heisler, looking for a dunk. Got the shot to go anyway, and he is fouled. Chance for a three-point play for Ben Heisler. He was going up for that dunk, got knocked off his spot, and he still got the shot to go to make it a 48-39 game. And that foul committed by Kaleem Brooks.
Ben Heisler has really opened my eyes tonight, John. A lot of athleticism. He's made a lot of big plays thus far, and that's been huge. And another timeout here for Stevens with a 9-point deficit with 4:52 to go. And like I said, Ben Heisler has really opened my eyes. He is such a great athlete and really good basketball player as well.
Here, Governors with a 48-39 lead. We'll step aside for 30 seconds with 4:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Hi, this is Benjamin Heisler, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. (48-39). Pierre Governors lead it by 9 with 4:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean, as it will be the third timeout used by the Stevens Raiders, so they now just have 2 left to go here in this fourth quarter. And with 3 left, and maybe you want to try and hold on for a little bit longer on those 3 timeouts, but probably a wise one used right now for Coach Stabner with a 9-point deficit and just over 4:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Brooks, top of the key, picked up. His pass is going to be way too strong from Gebhardt over for Segrist, and another turnover by the Raiders. Another unforced turnover here in this fourth quarter by Stevens.
Yeah, that's not the play design that Coach Stabner drew out of the timeout, and that ends up back in the hands of the Pierre Governors, up 9, looking to extend it back to double digits.
Heisler nearly lost the ball, but it goes to Kruger. Kruger looks inside, now throws it back over right side for Heisler. He'll spin move, and he was fouled as he was trying to get that spin move around. It's going to be now the 16th foul by the Raiders, and that one committed by Caden Dowling. His third. Excuse me, that was the 17th foul, so that will put Heisler to the free throw line for the bonus. Heisler 0 for 1 from the line, 6 points tonight, 2 by way of a slam dunk. He makes that first free throw to give the Governors back to a 10-point lead, 49-39, with 4:24 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Second free throw from Heisler. That is also good. Perfect 2 for 2 trip, and the Govs back up by 11. 4:20 left here in the fourth. On the right side, Brooks will throw it around the right wing. Gebhardt back for Segrist. He'll try and drive in. He'll try and look underneath the basket and have to kick it back out for Gebhardt. Back to Segrist again, top of the key. On the left side, Dowling starts to drive, steps back, throws it over for Gebhardt, open for 3. That one's off left side. The rebound's grabbed by Kruger. We'll see how much longer the Governors go before they really start to try and slow things down, having that 11-point lead. Heisler on the left wing. Now Kruger looks inside, back out for Heisler. Touch pass from Edmond to Kruger in the corner for 3. That one's missed, and the rebound's grabbed by Stevens. 3:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. A bounce pass that just went by Kruger. Now driving in, there's a travel that was missed, or maybe not missed, but the shot was missed by Lincoln Keenels. I don't want to play referee right now. Keenels in the left wing. Christian Bush will catch. He'll pull up for 3. That's good again for Christian Bush. His second 3 tonight. He's got 8 points, and the lead's up to 14 now here for the Governors.
Yeah, I think you kind of reverse jinx Christian Bush, John, saying you wouldn't see him take too many of those, and now he's made 2, and maybe we'll see more of those throughout the rest of the season because, I think he's only taken 2 threes. He made both of them, so 100% three-point percentage thus far. I don't think he gets any better than that.
Oh, no, you might have just jinxed him.
Well, he's going to miss one eventually, for sure.
Oh, yeah. As it will be Ben Heisler go to the free throw line. That was the 18th foul, a turnover that Heisler was able to get the steal, and then he was fouled right after that turnover. So now Heisler at the free throw line with 3:14 to go. Heisler's free throw was missed. The rebound will come back to Heisler. His pass for Edmond. That one's going to be deflected out of bounds off of Hawley. Governors have just 2 field goals made, a 3 by Bush, and then a bucket by Heisler, who was fouled when he made the shot. Otherwise, the Governors are 3 for 6 from the line here in the fourth quarter. Mayer's inbound pass, that's deflected back out of play by Gebhardt. It was right underneath the basket, so they'll go from now the right baseline to the left baseline. Still 31 seconds to go on the shot clock, and 3:10 left here in the fourth quarter. Here looking to go to 1-0 in the season, open things up before Rapid City Central comes into town tomorrow afternoon. Keenel's underneath the basket, in the paint. He'll turn to his right, put the soft little baby hook up and in, and it's 55-39. And Coach Stabner will take his second to final timeout, knowing that this game has started to get away from them right now. 55-39 with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds and come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Hi, this is Brecken Kruger, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Back here at Ricks High School, 55-39, American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. And right before the timeout, I mentioned that Coach Stabner has taken his second to final timeout. And with a 16-point lead, he kind of felt like he had to at that point to try and keep this from getting out of hand at the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, you want to compose your team. Again, we talked about it. This is a group of young Stevens Raiders out here that don't have a whole lot of experience. And so you want to kind of calm them down and say, okay, let's compose ourselves. Let's get ourselves back to back to Rapid City Stevens Raider basketball, and I think that was a wise timeout by Coach Stabner there.
Here's Segrist. He will drive in. He'll fade away on the step back. Shot just rolls off. Hawley gets the offensive board, creates the contact, gets the shot to go, and is fouled. So he'll have a chance for a three-point play as Christian Bush will pick up just his second foul tonight. And Madinko Hawley with now 10 points will have a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Madinko Hawley. He, sees that Christian Bush is kind of playing. He's not playing straight up. He's playing a little bit more angular, and Hawley just goes right into him and is able to get the shot up and actually puts it right in. Misses the free throw, so doesn't get the opportunity for a three-point play, but nice job of recognition there by Hawley.
2:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacob Mayer left side for Heisler. Back out for Mayer, top of the key. Left side now, Heisler again. Governors lead it by 14, 55-41. Keenol's underneath. He'll turn around. Right side baseline jumper is missed. Heisler got the rebound, and he is fouled on the putback, so he will go back to the line for two. And Pierre will be happy to trade free throws back and forth at this point in the game with the 14-point lead, although they like the clock to run a little bit more. But the third foul now committed by Daylor Segrist.
I got to say, John, and that was something I was going to point out after the last basket he made. Lincoln Keenholz so far in this second half, or thus far in this second half, only has 2 points. Really kind of held scoreless. It's been the rest of the Governors doing the heavy lifting in the second half, and Benjamin Heisler and Jackson Edmond are kind of the two that have done the heaviest of the lifting, along with Carson Aharts. Each of them now have 9 points, and Keenholz is still the only double-digit scorer thus far. But this just goes to show how deep this Governor team is thus far this year, and Christian Bush has 8 points to boot on top of that. So deep amount of scoring that this Governor roster can put together.
Heisler went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The three from Segrist on the other end was missed, and Heisler got the rebound. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Keenol's back with it for the Governors. He'll hesitate, he'll drive, floats to the basket, and he gets the shot up. Doesn't make it, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. As that will be the second foul committed by Hayden Gebhardt. And Keenholz, who has, as Blake mentioned, just 2 points so far. He's 0 for 2 from the line in this second half. Misses the first free throw there. But who had 15 points in the half, 17 points right now, and he's 0 for 3 from the line here in the second half. But the Governors still have a 15-point lead, 56-41, and Keenholz goes 1 for 2 from the line. So with only 1:50 left to go, 10 team fouls for Stevens, so Governors will be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. So with a 16-point advantage, Stevens doesn't have much time left, and they turn the ball over again. And the throw to Keenholz, that one will be turned right back over to the Raiders as Bush got the steal, threw it for Keenholz, but he couldn't hang on to it. So as quickly as Pierre got the turnover, they turned it right back over to Stevens.
Yeah, that was the fumble on the center to quarterback exchange there on the pass, but Keenholz just not able to corral it from Bush. But otherwise, he would have had a pretty clear and possibly an open dunk opportunity if he's able to corral that pass.
Segrist missed the shot. I don't know if it was partially deflected or not, but it went behind the backboard, stayed in play, so it was grabbed by Keenholz on the rebound, and then Keenholz didn't have enough on the pass, so he turns it back over for Hawley, and he will go the other way. Missed the shot, though, and the rebound will end up grabbed by Jackson Edmond. So the Governors have turned the ball over 16 times, 1:08 left to go, but yet they still lead it by 16, 57-41. And Keenholz standing with the ball right now, final minute of this fourth quarter. And Pierre leading by 16. They're on their way to a 1-0 start to the season. They led from all but 1 point. I mean, it was basically one possession where they didn't lead at all in this game. Mayer in the corner for 3 with 5 to go on the shot clock. Missed it, and the rebound's going to be grabbed, but as the rebound was grabbed by Gebhardt, he's out of play. So it'll go back to the Governors with 41.5 to go, and Stevens Raiders are conceding the game, bringing in 5 new players on the court. So with 41.5 left to go, Pierre can pretty much hold on for most of it. And I think Coach Kusler is going to take a timeout. And will she get subs in. I think she's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here on KCCR. But Pierre led it from start to finish. Outside of one possession, it has been the Pierre Governors that have been able to lead this one throughout, and they get their first win here this season.
Yeah, they're able to extend the lead toward the end of the first half, and I think the takeaway for me of this game is kind of just how deep this Governor team is. We knew coming in that Jackson Edmond and Lincoln Keenholz were going to be kind of the focal points, not only of the offense, of the defense. It was, who down the rest of the line is going to step up. And tonight, not only was it Benjamin Heisler, but also it was Carson Aharts who really, stepped up and kind of really opened my eyes and just showed us how good this Governor team can be as we extend out into the rest of the season.
Okay, Kaiser gets the inbound pass from Kruger to get the bucket. Josh Switzer, Miles Doyle, Carson Aharts, Kaiser, and Kruger, the 5 on the floor for the Governors. No more shot clock for the rest of this game as Pierre is up 59-41, an 18-point lead, 15 seconds left to go. Governors will host Rapid City Central tomorrow, looking to go to 2-0 to start this year before they go on the road to Sturgis and Spearfish next weekend. There's a 3 from Peisel that's missed. Back out to Peisel, pull for another 3. That one's also missed. Aharts will get the rebound. Time will expire, and the Pierre Governors open up the season with a 59-41 win, an 18-point victory for the Governors as they open the season at 1-0 against the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. We will step aside for 3 minutes, and when we come back, it is the post-game show here on KCCR as you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
The whistle blows and play stops. Someone has been fouled. After our Governors make their free throws, they can continue playing. We also get fouled in different ways. These are all of the terrible things that happen to us. But no one blows the whistle to try to make things fair for us. Instead, I encourage you to join us at Faith Lutheran to hear about God's peace and encouragement. God knows the problems that you are going through. He gives you his strength and love so that you can keep playing too.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Hi, this is head coach Brianna Kusler, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they get the 59-41 win over the Stevens Raiders, as we are joined here by Brianna Kusler, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, who is looking away from us right now. She can't. But I think the problem is that the band's so loud that she can't even hear us while we're talking right now.
No, not at all.
But we're talking with Coach Kusler. Can you hear us right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So big win, 18-point win here tonight. Talk about what you saw from your perspective on this win.
You know, we just talked in the locker room, and a win is a win, and it shouldn't feel very good right now, and there's a reason for that, because we've got really high expectations. The kids have high expectations of themselves. They know that offensively, defensively, we just weren't clicking enough tonight. An 18-point win, again, we'll take it, all right? But and early on, we don't want to be peaking right now, but it's a great opportunity. I'm glad that we got to play, because now we get to go back, watch this, and then tomorrow we get to play again. And we get to make some of those adjustments and be able to feel a little bit more like ourselves and the identity that we want Governor basketball to be.
Yeah, Coach, I think the biggest thing that I think I've seen thus far was, you know, we kind of anticipated that, you know, Lincoln Keenholz and Jackson Edmond, those are kind of the two big names that returned from this year, from last year's team. But two of the biggest names that I saw tonight that really kind of stepped through in terms of your role players were Carson Aharts and Benjamin Heisler. I mean, both had, you know, multiple, you know, effort plays, big threes, big dunks. What do you see in those two that makes you so confident that, you know, they might be huge pieces of your team and your offense and defense going forward?
Well, you know, it's no different than a lot of these guys when they were on the football field and they would take away one receiver. Well, there's 4 or 5 more, and those type of teams are pretty tough to beat. We got a lot of confidence in a lot of kids right now who have experience. And you know, it was funny. Ben and Carson, they're just so unique, and they're just such coachable kids. So to see them have the night that they did, it's just icing on the cake. And they should go in there with all the confidence in the world, because we do have that confidence in them. You know, one of the first times Carson was in there, the guy guarding him had his hand down, and Carson, he came out later on, and I said, Carson, what do you do best? And he said, shoot the ball. And I said, no, you score the ball, and you need to shoot it to score it. So and the next one he let fly went in. Next one after that, let fly went in, and that's what he does best. You know, he can create, extend defenses a lot. And then you look at Benjamin Heisler. Holy smokes! I mean, if only he could have a little bit higher vertical.
Right? Yeah.
Joking.
Oh my goodness.
Holy smokes! He comes out of nowhere, and man, he's soaring out there. And there's times where he brings the ball down just a little bit too low, but we'll continue to work on that. He's gotten so much stronger. He's really put in a ton of time. Both of those kids have put in a ton of time in the off season, and to see that kind of come to light now, and all the hours that they put in the dark, it's now come to light, which is awesome to see.
You guys had a double-digit lead throughout most of the game, but it went down to single digits. It started to look like it was Stevens getting that momentum, and you guys were able to pull it back. You led pretty much wire to wire. Just one lead for the Stevens Raiders early on in the first quarter, but what was the biggest reason for the Governors to pull that lead from being single digits to back up to double digits to eventually be an 18-point win?
I think when it did start to get down, we were maybe rushing shots just a little bit, and our shot selection wasn't as great as we would like it to be. I think once we executed a little bit more and got into our offense, let things develop and not forcing things so much, that helped. And then on the flip side, defensively, we weren't, when they were making their runs, we weren't containing as much. I thought we were playing really good defense for about 25 seconds, and then we kind of relaxed a little bit, and that's when they scored deep into the shot clock. And I think we made that adjustment and forced them into some tough shots, if not steals, and then that resulted field. And we did get a little bit lazy passing wise. I mean, there were a couple cross-court passes that we just don't make those. And first game jitters, whatever it may be, we'll learn from that. We won't continue to make those.
Yeah, kind of leading into my next question, Coach. That was kind of what I was going to ask you too. I think we tallied up, was it 16 turnovers that we had, John?
Yep.
16 turnovers, and then how many missed free throws?
Now you're putting me on the spot here.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll let him calculate that. But how much do you attribute that to first game jitters versus, maybe something to clean up and looking forward the rest of the season?
I mean, certainly with a crowd like this, we talked in the locker room beforehand, this crowd is here to support you guys. Certainly use it to elevate your game. And at times I think it can rush you a little bit. And I mean, credit Stevens with the intensity that they brought defensively. They really tried to put us off our game and bump us off things. And we've got to learn to finish through contact and absorb that contact. And I thought that they kind of dictated us offensively, and we've got to make sure that we're the ones initiating things, and we're the ones going where we want to go.
Well, now 1-0, Rapid City Central quickly comes to town, and you'll watch a little bit of film tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then get ready to play. What do you expect without going to watch film right now? What do you expect from Rapid City Central tomorrow?
They've got quite a few athletes returning from last year. They didn't have a huge presence inside, or excuse me, I should reiterate that. Their presence inside might not be big, but they find ways to score. And so we've got to make sure that we're discouraging entries inside. And then they've got some guards that are able to create. They're quite possibly the opposite of what this team is this year for Rapid City Stevens, who lost a lot. They returned quite a bit. They did lose some key components, but they got the transfer from Stevens with the Archambault kid, and I'm assuming he'll make a big impact for them. So we got to make sure that we're getting back to our defensive principles and setting the tone that way, because that's really what propels our offense. And I think once we get our defense situated, we're going to find that we feel a lot more comfortable with our wins.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. Start the season out 1-0, looking to go 2-0 tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow afternoon, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate
Congrats,
it.
Coach.
That is head coach Brianna Kusler of the victorious Pierre Governors, 59-41. It was 18 points for Lincoln Keenels to lead the way, 9 for Ben Heisler, Jackson Edmond, and Carson Aharts, 8 for Christian Bush, 2 for Kate Kaiser, and 1 for Brecken Kruger. They had 3 players in double figures for Stevens. Caden Dowling with 14, Daylor Segrist with 12, and then Madiko Hawley with 10 for the Raiders, who open up at 0-1. But the Governors get the 59-41 win. Blake, your final thoughts here tonight?
I think Coach said it best when she said, that this is game one. A lot to take from this game. Maybe some missed opportunities that the Governors gave away, as far as, we talked about the number of turnovers that this team had, early, and it's early in the season. But this was they were able to pull away when they needed to toward the end of the first half and into the second half. I'd ask Coach this question. I think my biggest takeaway, John, is, we heap the praise on Lincoln Keenholz and Jackson Edmond, and they deserve it. They're the type of athletes that they are going to be for a reason. A Division II basketball player, a Division I football player, a Division I Power 5 football player at that. But the depth of this team was the thing that probably I took away from the most tonight. When you look at Ben Heisler, when you look at Carson Aharts, the depth of this team past the starters that returned from last year, really any of those guys, you throw in Mayer and Kruger, who we talked about at the start of the broadcast, and even Cade Kaiser as well. Any of those guys can go off on any given night, and tonight it just so happened to be those two names that we really weren't talking about at the start of the game, and we're talking about them at the end. And Coach kind of highlighted that they put the work in this summer, got stronger, got a lot better in terms of the game, and it really showed tonight. And that's probably the biggest thing that I take away, is those two individuals specifically really are going to make this team deeper and potentially more dangerous. And who knows, maybe they bump up in the rankings, and when they take on the Sioux Falls schools or the higher ranked schools later on down the line, and this team, we're talking about maybe a top 3 seed come end of the year.
Pierre Governors with the 59-41 win tonight. They take on Rapid City Central at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon for that varsity game here at Riggs High School. They will be on the road until January 7th when they finally return back home against Sioux Falls, Washington. So just under 2 days of a month away from their next home game, so they won't be home again until they face Sioux Falls, Washington on a Saturday afternoon, and then they'll also host winner on that next Tuesday. But they'll go on the road after tomorrow. They'll go on the road to take on Sturgis, Spearfish, and Watertown to close out 2022, and then open up 2023 with Sioux Falls Lincoln on that Thursday out in Sioux Falls. But they do pick up the win here tonight. They get to host Rapid City Central tomorrow afternoon at 1:30, and before they go on the road, looking to go to 2-0 in front of what was a great crowd tonight, and expect a good Saturday afternoon matinee crowd tomorrow afternoon here at Riggs High School for Pierre to try and go to 2-0. And as Coach Kusler said, that it was a great crowd, and this crowd is fully behind the Pierre Governor basketball team and looking for exciting things from this basketball team this year.
Yeah, this is step one of the season, and I'm really looking forward to potentially exciting basketball season and home games down the stretch, because this watching this team, and Coach Kusler said it, they've got a lot to improve, but coming away with an 18-point win when you probably don't have your A game, really impressive, and I'm really looking forward to how things play out the rest of the year.
Pierre Governors are 1-0, and we want to say thanks to Jen Hanna back at the station, and for Blake Dean to my right. The Pierre Governors 1-0. They will take on the Rapid City Central Cobblers tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Our next broadcast of Pierre basketball will be next week Friday, as the Pierre girls will be at home. They just started their game. They're about somewhere closer to halftime of that contest as they open up the season out in Rapid City. But our next broadcast will be next Friday when they will be taking on the Sturgis Scoopers here. The Pierre girls will be taking on the Sturgis Scoopers. Don't forget, we have Hawaii Capitals hockey tomorrow and Sunday, 4:30 and 11:45, as it'll be on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. We'll have those as they're out in Sioux Center taking on the Sioux Center Storm. And then, again, next Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Basketball Friday, and then hockey on Saturday and Sunday as we start our winter sports season with a lot of games over this weekend, a lot of games over next weekend as well. The Pierre Governors, they do win it tonight, 59-41, an 18-point victory. Well, again, say thanks to Jen Hanna back at the station. For Blake Dean, John Winkler here signing off. Pierre Governors win it by 18 as we say so long from Riggs High School.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you by Fisher Rounds, Bank West, Shane's Pharmacy, B&B Equipment, and Faith Lutheran Church. Governor Basketball is also brought to you by Lamb Auto, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, CHS River Plains, Missouri River Dentistry, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, First Dakota National Bank, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Gales Gas, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Fording Electric, and Graham Tire. Join us again next time for more Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota.